Students, today we'll see about the problems using first principle. That is to find the centroid using first principles. In this module, only four different types of problems will come. One is using first principles. You can find the centroid as well as your moment of inertia. Same like the other method is like using formulas. You can find the moment of inertia, that is moment of inertia, and your centroid using formulas. So there are only four concepts. Okay, so today we'll see about the centroid finding using your first principles. I'll define you one problem so that you can understand the concept of the basics. You can do the other problems related to that also. But this first principles will be your theoretical, like this is the constant value sums. Whenever you go for the formula procedure, the values will be different. Okay, but when you use the first principle, it will be a constant thing. You can study as like this: if the rectangle come, the answer will be this only. If the triangle comes, the answer will be this, because the answers will be a constant. There will not be any change because you are going to take and assume the data, and according to that only you are going to do the sums. This is the clear concept. Even for the moment of inertia, you need to do with the same method. Already I had circulated the theory part of it. In that, the moment of inertia using your first principles is also included, and the formula is also there. Just go through it, study the formulas well, because you have to byte that formulas. When you byte only, you can use this in the sums to do the to get the answers of your centroid as well as your moment of inertia. So we'll start with the problems now. Determine the x and y coordinates of centroid of the rectangle shown in figure from first principle. Okay, what is first principle? How to find the first principle? First, I'll define you the problem formula. You can next you can do it. Okay, I'll tell you first. For that, there is only one concept. We need to find x bar and y bar, that is your coordinate of your centroid. To find the x bar, the formula is integral of x into dA divided by a. Same like for y bar, integral of y dA divided by a. So what are the things we need to find at the starting is like dA you need to find, a you need to find, and afterwards you need to know about the x and y. After knowing everything, you can substitute that in the formula and you can get your x bar and y bar value easily. So for the first sum, it states it's a rectangular. When you see the diagram itself, it shows like it is your rectangular element. In the diagram, you have to see whether there is a in where your x and y axis lies. It is in your corner. So I am assuming that this distance is a and this distance is b. Okay, because of this assumption, every sums related to first principle will have a constant answer. There will not be any change in your answers because there is no numerical values. If you do any simple mistake here, the answers will be completely wrong. So do study with the example. If the rectangular element comes, you need to do with this method only, with this a and with this b assumption only. You don't need to change your assumptions. Okay, see, this is your whole element. I'm going to convert this element into a small strip. So I'm just considering, if this is the rectangle, I'm just taking one strip from this. That strip I'm marking this. For this I'm taking the height is b as like the same thing, and the distance, x distance of your stripe is dx. Okay, so this distance will be b and this distance will be dx. That is part of the x-axis. And the centroid will lie at the center. So what is the center height? It will be b divided by 2. That is what explained in this sum. Now we need to find the all the unknowns. All the unknown means it is a we need to find, dA we need to find, then your x value, then your y value. That is what we need to find now. So consider what is the area in your diagram. This is your rectangle and this is your element. So if you are taking element like this length is dx and this length is b. What is the formula to calculate your area of the rectangle? That is A into B. X-axis value into Y-axis value. That is what we had mentioned. A is equal to A into B, and that x-axis value is dx and y-axis value is b. So that your dA is equal to b into dx. That means area of this element is called as dA. To find dA, it will be your y-axis and x-axis value, that is b into dx. After finding that, what you have to find? You have to find a from this. How you will get from the differentiation your a? We need to integrate it. If you integrate, you will get a whole value. So dA will become a, and integration, that is integral b into dx. How we are setting your limit? Since it is dx here, you have to take a limitation from x-axis. What is the highest limit? It is your a, and this is your 0. So I am considering 0 to a integrated b into dx. You know to do the integration, so that answer will be b into x, upper limit and lower limit will come. What is the formula? Upper limit minus lower limit. When you do that, you will get the value of a as a into b. Then what is the procedure? We need to substitute in our x bar and y bar, because already what we got? A we got already and dA also we got. So we need to substitute in the x bar and y bar. For that, we need to know about, in the x bar, the formula is x into dA divided by a. So we need to find what is our x value, right? To know that, you need to find the centroid distance. I am assuming, since it is all like your derivation, okay, this all will have a constant value. See, I am considering a centroid here, so that the distance I am taking it as x, and the distance from the x-axis is b by 2. So considering this, your element distance will be x, and dA already we have the value b into dx, and a is equal to a into b. Limit will be as like that, 0 to a. So when you do that, you will get a x bar value as a divided by 2. Same procedure you need to adopt it for the y bar. Y bar, you need to take y axis value. See how much distance it is y axis value. The y axis distance is b divided by 2. So instead of this thing, y bar is equal to y into dA divided by a. That dA and a is a common thing, but instead of y, you need to substitute b divided by 2, and you have to do the procedure. The limit will not change, so the same limit you have to adopt from 0 to a. Substitute b by 2 in y, and dA b into dx. A is equal to a by b. When you integrate it, you will get the value y bar is equal to b by 2. So we got two type of coordinates from this, that is x bar and y bar. Now we'll go to the next problem. See, as like I said, everything is a common procedure and it doesn't have a value. So you have to very careful in doing this, just like it is like a derivation. Consider this as a derivation and do it. Now I'll tell you, like this problem has, determine the y coordinate of centroid of the triangular area of base B and height h, as shown in figure, using your first principles. Okay, so they had given a triangular element. How you will consider your element stripe here? Element stripe will be defined like, whenever there is a constant area, you can take a small stripe from this, and if you integrate it, what will happen? You can move the stripe to any part and you can get the whole value. Same principle only for the triangle also. This is your triangle element. I am considering a stripe here, so that I can take at any point over here and I can find the total thing. So same concept I am going to adopt here. This is your principle. I am taking the element here. That element distance I am considering as x, and the element y I am considering as dy. This is your dy. This is your element, x-axis is x. So what will be the area? Area is equal to x into dy. Got it? But using your similarity of triangles formula, we need to find whether the x or your y. But in the question what they had asked, see, you need to take from this dA. This dA is equal to x into dy. If you are considering vertically, the value will change. Further sums we can deal with that, but for this sum dA is equal to x into dy. So what is the value we need to find now? X we have to find now. So we are using the formula of similarity of triangles. What is that states like? See, similarity of triangles means the length and your varying length we are taking. So x, which is your x, this is your x divided by h minus y, this minus your y area, which will be equal to b divided by your height. Okay, that is b divided by h. When you do that, you can easily find your x value, so that your x value will be equal to b into h minus y divided by h. This is your x value. To find your dA, what you have to do? dA is equal to substitute this x value into your dy. That will be your dA value. So that I had got your dA value. After that, what is our aim to find? We need to find a. For that a, we need to integrate our equation of dA. But however, to find the limit, what is the limit here? Which will be equal to 0 to the maximum height, that is h. So a is equal to 0 to h, that is your limit, and substitute your equation. After integrating, you will get your area as half into b into h. Now we can take that, it is easily assumed that, see, whenever you are doing the sum, the answer should be area is equal to half into bh, because the area of the triangle is half into b into h. This is the constant. For this, you are doing the step and you are getting your area formula. After that, you have to substitute in your y bar value. Why we are not substituting in our x bar value? Because they had asked only to determine the y coordinate of the centroid. So that only we are directly finding the y bar value. To substitute in the y bar, we need our y and dA divided by a. Here in the y axis, the height, half height is equal to y. So I am substituting directly the y over here and integrating it to get the value y bar is equal to h divided by 3. Next problem we are seeing for a semicircle. Determine the centroid of a semicircle area of radius r from first principle. See here, now we are not taking a stripe like x and y. We are taking theta into consideration. Why? Because since it is a curved edge, if it is a square or rectangle, we are considering one stripe over here, and if we move it to any direction, we can get a whole element, right? This is our consideration. But when we take a curved surface, this can be covered only using your angle thing. Okay, if I'm taking considering this as a stripe, if I move over here also, I can cover this portion. If I move over here also, I can cover the portion, and further I can cover it up using this. So only we are considering the theta into the problem. This is the constant thing. Since it is a half circle, that is semicircle, your y bar will be equal to 0, because already it is divided into half in your y axis. So your y bar will be equal to 0. Same like you need to find the other things. I am considering my centroid is acting at 2 by 3 of r. So that the horizontal distance will be equal to 2 by 3 r into this theta. It's closer to the horizontal. So I am taking 2 by 3 r into cos theta. This distance is called as r into d theta. What is r? R is your total radius. So r into d into theta. So now we have to consider what is our dA. Area will be equal to half into b into h, because it is your triangular element. Now consider what is your b and h. To find dA, half is your formula, b is your this r, and height will be your this r into d theta. This will define you the area. So dA is equal to half into r d theta, which will be equal to half into r square d theta. This area we are going to do now, but the limit will vary from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 since it is your semicircle. Okay, if it is a quadrant circle, it will from your 0 to pi by 2. Since it is your semicircle, we are taking a limit by minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and substitute your area in that and find your a value, that will be equal to pi r square divided by 2. We already know that area of a semicircle will be equal to pi r square divided by 2. Now we are going to consider that x bar and y bar value. X coordinate, we need to find the x distance. Already I had said the x distance is your 2 by 3 r into cos theta. So substitute that value in the x, and dA substitute whatever we had assumed, that dA is equal to half into r square d theta. And in the place of a, substitute a is equal to pi r square divided by 2. From that you will get x bar is equal to 4r divided by 3 pi. Do the integration by yourself and get the value. Okay, if you want to substitute the other side, y bar is already equal to 0, so no need to find your y bar, only x bar is enough for your semicircle. Now we'll go for the next problem, that we can consider a quadrilateral circular. That means already we had seen a semicircular, in that only one part we are going to consider it. See, in this type of problems you can score easily because every answer is a constant answer. There will not be any change of your question, so you can concentrate more on this. Already I had circulated in the last class the notes for your calculation of moment of inertia using your first principle. Do study, it is like your derivation. Okay, so don't just leave that portion. Do study that notes also. In that I had clearly mentioned the problems with the answer. That is a constant answer, so you can easily study and you can mark up the answers also. Not like the other part. The other part is full of your numericals. There will be a change of your values. Do study your first using your first principle. It is like your derivation. I am recommending you to study this so you can score it very easily. This problem same like it is r d theta 2 by 3 r into d theta, everything will be equal. Only the variation, see from the first semicircle to this circle, every procedure will be equal. Only the difference will be this limitation. Since the limit is equal to 0 to pi by 2, we are considering. In the old for your semicircle, the limit will be minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. This is your limitation. So when you do that, you will get the answers. Consider dA is equal to half into r square d theta. It is a common for your semicircle as well as your quadrant circle. When you do only the limitation change, you will get a is equal to pi r square divided by 4. So do concentrate on your x bar. X bar is equal to 2 by 3 r into cos theta is your x value. Substitute your dA value and substitute your a value. When you do the integration, you will get your x bar value, that is equal to 4r divided by 3 pi. In our previous thing we had taken our y bar is equal to 0. Why? Because your axis of symmetry lies in a x-axis, so that y bar is equal to 0. But here it is can be divided into two equal parts, so y bar and x bar will be equal. For consider the cases like semicircle, y bar is equal to 0 and x bar you will get the value. In a quadrant circle, x bar and y bar will be the same answer, so no need to find it separately. Then I'll define you. Already we had seen one triangle. Now we are going to see about the right angle triangle. So there are only 5 different cases. One is your rectangle, other one is your normal triangle, semicircle, quadrant circle and your right angle triangle. In this 5 sum, I hope for your exam may one sum can come. Okay, it may be of your subdivision problem. So do study this 5 problems plus your moment of inertia. There will be 5 conditions: circle, rectangle, triangle. So study that also. It is already had been circulated in the last class. Okay, do study that. Now we'll move to the next problem, that is find the centroid of the area enclosed by a right angle triangle from first principles. So I'm considering same like your previous thing, the elemental strips. Only change between your normal triangle and this triangle is, for your normal triangle we had taken an element strip like this. When you take like this, what will be your formula? X into your dy. Okay, so dA is equal to x into dy you got in your normal triangle. But here we are taking the elemental stripe like this. When you do like this, your x will be dx and this distance will be y. So your dA will be equal to y into dx. So from the formula of the similarities, you need to find the y value. For the normal triangle, from the similarity, you had find out your x value. So that is only the difference. So when you do the by law of similarities, you will get y is equal to h minus h by b into x. After that, do your dA and find your a value. The limit will be equal to 0 to b. That is x-axis full limit is from 0 to the whole length b. So that you have to substitute and get your area as b into h divided by 2. Substitute in your formula x bar, the x will be equal to the whole x distance. So see here we had taken the centroid lies in a distance of x and the y can be taken as divided by 2. So that we are substituting x is equal to x and dA we are substituting from the formula and a whatever we had found we are substituting it. The limit will be equal to 0 to b. From that you will get x bar is equal to b divided by 3. Next one we have to find our y bar value. Y bar value is equal to integration of y dA divided by a. That y we have to find here. Y, see here, the y is lying at a half, so that we can take it as y divided by 2. That is what we are substituting here. Y is equal to y divided by 2. That can be written as half into your y value, so that you can substitute that same thing into your dA divided by a. The limit will be 0 to b. Substitute that and get your value. Y bar is equal to h divided by 3. This is your problems related using your first principles. See, only the thing you need to know is like for your rectangle, area is equal to a into b and x bar is equal to a by 2, y bar is equal to b by 2. When you are using your normal triangle, your area will be equal to half into bh, y bar is equal to h divided by 3. When you are using for your semicircle, your area will be equal to pi r square divided by 2, x bar is equal to 4r by 3 pi, y bar is equal to 0. And when you do your quadrant circle, your area will be equal to pi r square divided by 4, x bar and y bar will be equal to 4r divided by 3 pi. When you are using your right angle triangle, your area will be equal to bh divided by 2, x bar is equal to b by 3 and y bar is equal to h by 3. For no other reasons, this value should not be changed. This is like a constant formula. This will be useful when you are doing a numerical problems. Like whenever we are using some centroid problems, you can easily say that x bar will lie in breadth divided by 3. Y bar will lie in h divided by 3. This is like a formula preparation. After that, in our next video, we'll see about your centroid using a normal procedure. This will be helpful in doing that problem. So do concentrate this and study this 5 principles. Thank you.